They've messaged me, was it January?
Yeah.
I think it was January, about like, 8, 10, what is it now? 10 months.
10 months.
10 months, oh my God.
Yeah.
They said, come in for a jam. I said, okay. And then I'm here now on the Isle of Man.
Yeah, and I detect a little bit of an accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Poland.
So how did you end up in Manchester? How did that come about?
Well, I'm from Poland, but then I lived in Cyprus for like 9 years. Then I lived in Bolton. Then I lived in Germany. Then in Cyprus again. Then in Bolton again. And then now in Manchester. So it's just like one big
like
messy cycle. Yeah.
It's like a human boomerang. It just keeps going around all these different places. I love that. And so Zach, what made you approach Jan then? What was it about his sound that you thought would really fit with Ideal Forgery?
You already know what I'm going to say, don't you? Yeah, it was nothing to do with the sound. It was just because he had a mohawk. Me and Pete sat
there. They got catfished.
Yeah, we did as well because he didn't have it when he turned up. His profile picture on Facebook, because we were going through. You must have been
so disappointed.
I was like, this guy's got a Mohican, let's get him. And then he turned up and it was just not there, and I was like, dude, you can be in the band, but you need to start growing that back out again.
You know what? Image is important, isn't it, when it comes down to it? So, and he definitely adds this image to it. Yeah. Which is great. So, Pete, what's it done for the sound then? How has the sound changed?
To be honest, the sound's changed so much over the last 2 years because we had an electric guitarist and then he left, and then we've obviously got a new bass player. And for me as a drummer, it's really cool to play with someone new. So it's been really good. So the sound, I feel, it's got bigger. We can do loads more, and I feel like before we've like had, with all the different musicians we've had, it's like good musicians playing together, but now it's like we're actually a band now. It feels like for the first time that we're like a band, which is really cool, and it sounds good, I think. I don't know.
Jan's really creative with his like the way he plays his bass. I've not seen it before. Like, he plays it like a guitar. So he goes like right up the neck and plays chords and stuff. So it's just added like lots of creativity to the way we write as well, which is really cool.
And that it's interesting from your point of view, Polly, being a cellist as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously that, as we said last time, there is something a little bit different about that in a band of this sort of style. So how does it work with you as a cellist, having that different style?
It's great because it's somebody new to bounce off, and Jan's got so many ideas, and it's really cool. Sometimes you'll find yourself in a rehearsal, just like a couple of you jamming something, and we end up playing all sorts, don't we? Including Pachelbel's Canon.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's exciting. So have you had to sort of go back through the back catalogue then and kind of rework the songs, Jan, to fit your style?
I think that I just kind of play what comes to my head in the moment. I mean, some of the songs I've learned, obviously, as they were recorded, and then I add whatever I feel like. And then, to be honest, whenever I ask Zach, like, oh, what should I learn anything? He's like, oh, we'll just play it. And then we go and play it and learn it, in that moment. So it's just testing me a little bit here and there.
It's more fun to be organic with it. Just kind of see what comes out, rather than, because even though I'm writing the songs, I don't like to do that thing where we're like, right, okay, well, I'm going to tell you all what I want you to play. It's more a case of let everybody put their own flavour on it. So when Jan joined, we did have a back catalogue that needed learning, but I really didn't want him to go and listen to it and
learn it note for note.
Yeah, be pre-influenced by it. So it was more a case of let's just jam it and see what you do instead. A couple of the songs have changed massively because of that as well.
And has it changed the way you start the writing process then, knowing that you've got this different sound in the band?
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a far cry to when we had a second guitarist, because now it's kind of like I'm writing it with it in mind that I'm not always going to have to do the chords. I can start doing something a little bit more interesting with the guitar riffs and stuff because I know that Jan can cover that, whereas beforehand it was very much it's kind of opened up the dynamic a little bit, because Polly is our lead guitar and she fills that sound, but now it also gives it's just an extra layering, isn't it, to like
some more possibilities, I guess,
to build up with it, because I mean there's occasions where Jan will take the lead and do a solo or do something really strange, and people kind of just go, whoa, what the hell, the bassist is doing a solo now as well.
Yeah.
So we don't. I think it's fun to just not sort of box yourself in and say, oh, we're only going to do this one thing. Like, we all just kind of explore with it and see what happens.